But meanwhile, I want to talk about some of the warding. The warding on Sentinel has been very, very good. I'm not sure if you caught it earlier here. Venge has plucked off a ward with the nice counter ward. This is again a very premature ward. Even before the tower drop, he wanted to have this ward here so that once the tower fell, they would still have the vision on the very important mid lane here. This is also a nice ward by Vengeful Spirit here, seeing the entire area here. So Vengeful Spirit is definitely having some great wards here, and also a very, very good counter ward being placed here. A lot of pro players want to have vision of this area, especially on the Scourge team. So a good I guess thinking ahead of a Sentry War. So definitely the warding aspect, I'm definitely very impressed with the Sentinel here. Meanwhile, the Scourge, I can't say they're warding very creatively or very smartly here. This ward at this 22-minute game, I don't think that Observer ward is that good. It's probably better to have it in the Sentinel Forest or in lanes, because I mean the rune spot is definitely good to have, and considering that they already took off Roshan, I don't think this ward is quite necessarily. Maybe they actually, I want to take a maybe they had this ward up when they were Roshaning. Then in that case, this ward would be really good in terms of seeing up the hill in prevention of getting ganked. So this Warlock, let's see, 23 minutes in. I'm too afraid to check on CS. I don't want him to get jumped. 23 minutes in, 57 creep kills. That's barely 2 creep kills per minute. Meanwhile, Mushi farming 96 creep kills. So he is farming quite well here. Meanwhile, on the Visage, also 94 creep kills. Kunkan 75 creep kills. So definitely, they are farming really well. And one thing I have to point out, look at these support players farm. Wow, 4-0, 3-1. So these are some low CSing. And that means they've been spending a lot of time roaming in the lanes, planting wards, and ganking very heavily here. And meanwhile, on the Scourge, I don't think their farm is as good here. Only 59 on the Warlock, as we see. Probably Initiation. No, the Visage is going to be really... He could really runs in here. This Ultimate Orb is probably going to be for a sheep. I hope it's a sheep. It's probably not Linken's, but Ultimate Orb does make up into a lot of things. It could be a Scotty as well. It's highly unlikely, but there is a possibility there. But it's probably a Hex at this point. This Visage, pretty resilient. I mean, look at his armor, plus 23. That's a lot of armor here. I think they would definitely put a lot of damage on the second tower here, and I'm not sure if the Sentinel is going to be defending Scourge. Excuse me. The Scourge does have an Inferno up, so whatever they do, they got to do it quick. They are using the glyphs here, so let's see if they're gonna do. Okay, Glyph, I think they're just going to go for the tower deny here. They do get a tower deny, so Juggernaut's going to do a good job here. There is an amplified damage on the Necrolik, so they could definitely see it. I think Juggernaut could definitely win for the Omni Slash if he wanted, but I don't after the Omni Slash ended, he might be in trouble, so I guess that's why he did not run for it. And Kunka is talking about something about hexing. Let's see if anyone have a hex. No, I guess not. And looks like the Juggernaut has picked up a Manta Style here. Manta Style definitely not a bad item. I thought he was gonna go for more ganking build, in terms of getting a Diffusal Blade or a Lothar's Edge to increase movement speed. But I guess Manta Style also increases the movement speed through the Yasha, and it's definitely not a late game DPS if all his image will be critting, and I think he will be going for Butterfly next. We'll see. The Slaughter has finally picked up Treads. I think he still need a Vanguard, but picking up a Vanguard this late might not be so good. Meanwhile, on the Destroyer, oh, okay, this is what I mean. Destroyer has Hex. I mean, early Hex on any hero is definitely great here, and especially on the Destroyer here. I'm not too sure whether that's the best choice, as we see Initiation going on the Necrolik is going to be very, very durable here, as we see 2 big AoE ults going in here, and Mushi picking up double kills, and Mushi is going to be doing so much damage. He is going to isolate one, and I think he will pick off the Slaughter as well. Slaughter is going to be blink out safely, so they lost 3 people here. Juggernaut will be in trouble as well. Juggernaut is going to be using his spin to get out here. I think he should be okay. Yeah, he is going to be okay here. Yeah, so Mushi picked up a triple kill here, so that is gonna go into his Fund My BKB Foundation funding, or whatever you want to call it. So I was gonna say early Hex is definitely great on a Destroyer, but don't be surprising if the Destroyers in your game, whether in pubs or in semi-pro or whatever, that you see Destroyer going BKB first, already, even with no items, with just in treads and a couple of no tallies, Destroyer could do a lot of damage just based on the orb walk alone. So It's also not a bad choice to go BKB first on Destroyer. It looks like Mushi in this game has picked up the Hex first. Again, very very good choice. I'm not saying Mushi has picked a bad choice here. I'm just saying there's alternate choices to consider as well. And I'm gonna take a moment to take a drink of water because I've been talking for quite a bit now. So taking a short break. So what went wrong for the last team fight for Scourge? I think they initiated on the Visage. And Visage is one of the harder heroes to initiate because you gotta kill him quick or he'll just be an ass in team fights. If you don't pick him up, oh yeah, you gotta pick him off quick because he's gonna be an ass in team fight. But it's really difficult to pick him off quick. In that you saw, they definitely, Slardar blinked in, crush, amplified damage, and we had Juggernaut spinning in like crazy mofo. But because of that, all these Sentinel, all these on the Scourge heroes was clumped up very closely, and because of that, Kunkka has some nice torrent into a big bolt, and then Mushi just dropped his ult and was became like right click control at that point. So. Meanwhile, we see a Slaughter still having his Aegis here. I think he will be jumping on Mushi. Mushi does sense something, seeing a lot of people coming in, but he is going to be okay. No, he's going to turn around and take off the Aegis charge on the Slaughter. So quick finger by Mushi, dodging the Slithering Crush and taking off the Aegis here. So that was kind of their ace in the hole for the Scourge here. That's the only thing they had going for them was Aegis on their Initiator. Now they have lost the Aegis. I don't think they should be risking their life on the line here. As we see, CM is kind of a semi-baiting into a semi-stun. They will get the Slaughter. Oh my god, Sara in such big trouble here. Inferno going in for the save here. He should be crushing. There is a grave on him, but I think Slaughter is definitely in trouble here. I think that grave was a little bit too early, but I don't think it would have mattered any more or less here. As we see, Vengeful Spirit has a double damage room. I think with this they could definitely be pushing the bottom lane, or the Sentinel does have a choice to teleport back and defend top. I think they will do that. Yeah, they are doing that. I mean, Sentinel is definitely in a commanding lead. They do have the better late game in terms of having the Destroyer, having the Kunkka, and the Visage here. I can't say the Juggernaut or the Slaughter are a great late game hero, so the Sentinel definitely have the choice to choose to turtle or push at this point. I think turtling is the better option here, as oh my god, Destroyer has picked up a Blink Dagger. So I mean, I would definitely gone for BKB at this point, but Mushi definitely trusts his quick fingers. He's gonna be blinking out very quickly, getting juked out by this illusion. But yeah, definitely Blink Dagger. It's a very defensive item on its own. If you see, people coming running at you, you could definitely get a blink out, especially considering you're going against a great chasing team like this. With Witch Doctor, with Sprint, Slaughter, with Face Boot, Juggernaut. It's definitely not a bad choice here, but it's also a very questionable choice if you think about it. Maledict, Dark Shadow Ward or Urn will just make that Dark Dagger useless in terms of running. But that dagger is also very good in terms of placing a Grit ultimate in terms of hitting 3 or 4 people here. So I mean, that dagger is a very versatile item, as you all know. But just seeing a Destroyer picking him is a little bit odd here. As we see, Manga Q has picked up a double damage room, and they will pick off Roshan once again. At this point, I think Sentinel doesn't lack the war control, the map control all too much. They do have a Kunkka top. That Kunkka really need to join in the fight, and the Scourge they really need to do something quickly here. As we see the Vengeful Spirit kind of gonna go in kind of a little prematurely, thinking he had teammate support here, but unfortunately he did not here. And I see Mushi actually gonna go in to steal the Aegis. Mushi stealing the Aegis. Oh no, I think Mushi is gonna be. Oh, that was too ballsy a move here. Mushi is gonna fall down. I can't say that was the best move, but no, he is gonna self-imprison. Wow, what a ballsy move by Mushi. I think Mushi is gonna be. No, Mushi is gonna be okay. Mushi is gonna fall down. I see Juggernaut is gonna be on the warpath. Juggernaut spinning like crazy. That Roshan extremely low. Let's see if anyone's gonna leave the team battle and steal it. No, they're gonna go for the Visage here as well. So Visage will fall down. That's finally the first team fight they're gonna win here for the Scourge here. No, the Juggernaut is gonna be doing so much damage. Juggernaut will be okay here, and they're picking off heroes left and right, and wow, that was a great team fight for the Sentinel here. They did pick off Juggernaut. Juggernaut was just baller in that lane fight here. But wow, I have to say Mushi was even even more baller, if that's even the correct grammar here. Blinked in for the Roshan kill. I can't say that was the best move there, but it was definitely a very interesting to watch. And I think the Sentinel team definitely gave up a little bit of advantage they had. They definitely had a great advantage in terms of leading in terms of kill count. They definitely got caught off a little bit. They gave the Aegis back to the Sentinel, back to the Scourge. So they definitely lost a little bit of ground there, but that's nothing they can't make up here. And Kunga says 300 to assault, and Mushi says wait for my BKB. And Vice says I hex soon. So these Sentinel heroes are gonna get stacked real soon. I mean, these are already quite stacked heroes. I can't say the same for the Scourge. Mecha already finished on Warlock, but I mean 32-minute Mecha is nothing to look at. Voice Stone, he's gonna go for the Hex as well. Let's see if he's gonna go for a Hex or stop halfway with the Cyclone. Both is a good choice here. Of course, Hex is a better choice. Starter, let's see if he has his BKB. Starter only at 390 gold. Let's see if he has anything on the Crow. Nope, has something on the circle. I can't click on it. So probably doesn't have his BKB just yet here. We see Juggernaut here. The Juggernaut has Lothar's Edge. Okay, so I was looking for that. He went Yasha first and then Lothar's Edge. Lothar's Edge definitely good items in terms of scouting, but I think someone's getting jumped on. I think, yeah, looks like Dazzle got jumped on here. And wow, this is like the best instant gib like lineup, instant gib item combo, I guess. Just blink in and Hex, instant gib. Like before you even come out of Hex, you're dead. That's how crazy this build is. And that Destroyer is gonna be doing a lot of damage. He's doing already plus 165 pure damage. This is pure damage, no armor reduction, none of that BS. So he is gonna be a bitch in late game to deal with for the Scourge. I'm not too sure what the Scourge game plan at this point. They definitely don't have the better late game hero. I don't think they have the better team fight either. They do have Inferno here, but I mean the other side have the Destroyer ult. They do have the bolt and stuff, so I don't think they are a better AoE team either. But one thing they do have it going for them is I have to say they're probably the better ganking team here, with Juggernaut picking up the Lothar's Edge. With the amount of slows and chase that they have, they're probably the better ganking team, but just not by too much. And we see that Kunga already getting a so curious, and I have to say that's very strange. I mean, generally you do see Battle Fury or Lothar's Edge on the Kunkka here, but no, not this game. I think Kunkka's more of a support, a semi-support hero, semi-carry. Of course, a Battle Fury, a lot of it is for the damage, but also a component of it is for the regeneration. But he does have Vanguard and the Brilliance Aura, so regeneration is almost a moot point at that. And I think having the Assault Careers definitely will help out, because they do have a lot of physical damage and does want to give some armor to his teammate. Because if you look at his teammate, they do have pretty frail armor heroes. So the assault is definitely not a strange choice. Also, it's quite strange that he didn't go for a BKB. Of course, a BKB won't help you too much against amplified damage or the Juggernaut ult, but you could dodge a lot of cast or maledict or whatever. So. But we'll see how this item choice will be affecting this game. There is going to be some convergence on top lane. No, Juggernaut is going to be back off. He is safe. He does have Lothar's Edge. So I'm going to check on farming once again. We see the Necrolic at 125. So 35 minutes in, 135. Not too bad. Kunga, we are seeing 140. So definitely farming well. But Mushi, dang, leading the way. 168 creep kills, 35 minutes. That's definitely 5 minutes. A little bit less than 5 minutes. So. I mean, look at his score. He's 10-4-4, and it's not like he's not participating in big team fights or anything. He is getting a lot of kills, getting a lot of creep kills. Me on the Sentinel, on the Scourge here, not breaking 100 on Warlock. 35 minutes in, so that's some abysmal farming. Not doing too bad is the Juggernaut here at 35 CS, 35